Tabitha Bomer with Girl Scouts of Southwest Texas, and we want to welcome you back to our virtual troop meeting. Last time, we had girls join us from over 30 states and 2 additional countries. Today, we're going to continue working on the Think Like a Citizen Scientist journey. The curriculum for this journey can be found on the K-5 multi-level journeys in the Volunteer Toolkit. This series of virtual troop meetings will help your troop or individual girl work towards the requirements of the Think Like a Citizen Scientist journey for K-5. To complete this journey, follow these steps. Find out how citizen scientists make observations, collect data, and work with scientists. Sharpen your observation skills through 2 observation games and a SciStarter project. Plan a take-action project that helps others. You will need a few things for today's meeting. The first thing includes something to write with and something to write on. Let's go ahead and start our meeting by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance and the Girl Scout Promise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. We're going to review a few items from our last meeting. Does anyone remember what is a scientist and what does a scientist do? That's right, a scientist is someone who studies the world to understand how it works. Last meeting, you were scientists and practiced observing your world. Observation is closely looking at something and using all of your senses to better understand your environment. What kind of senses could you use? That's right, you can smell, you can see, you can listen, you can touch. We can use all of our different senses. Observation is the first step scientists take when they want to learn something new. Does anyone remember the scientific method? Great. Today, we're going to explore more of the steps used in the scientific method. How do scientists remember what they observe? If you remember, at our last meeting, you wrote down things to remember them better. Taking notes about what you see is an important part of being a scientist. What do you think a scientist would want to make notes about? Possibly what something looks like, how big it is, what color it is, maybe what it sounds like, or how many of that item you see. Now you're going to have a chance to take field notes like a scientist. Go ahead and grab your paper and something to write with. We'll take a few moments to go get those items. Scientists need somewhere to store their observations, so keep a field notebook. You'll take your field notebook with you when you do your Citizen Scientist project, so you can keep a record of what you see and do. You can either use a notebook from home, or you can create one by folding paper in half, hamburger style, and then stapling it. And that's how you do it. Today, we're going to pretend we're helping a scientist learn more about snails. The scientist has asked you, as a citizen scientist, to tell her about the snails in this room. For the next few minutes, we will walk around this room and you will take notes about the snails you see. You can draw the snails, you can count the snails you see, you can take notes about where the snails are or any patterns they have. Everything you see can be important, so write it all down. How many snails with the bullseye pattern did you see? How many snails with this pattern did you see? How many snails with a zigzag pattern did you see? Looking at your field notes, what did you observe? Feel free to write your answers in the comments. Scientists want to remember everything about their observation session when they look at their field notes, even if they don't look at them until months later. What other information do you think a scientist would want to write down? One item they would probably write down is the date and where they were when they made their notes. So let's add today's date and our location to your field notes right now. Please note, today's location is Camp Lahita out in Utopia, Texas. All of your notes are called data. Data simply means information. Data can be notes, drawings, photos, recordings, or videos of what you see and hear. It can also be information about where you are, how hot or cold it is, what the weather is like, and so on. So, do you want to take some time to write some information in your notes that you might have missed the first time? I already added in my notebook the date, the location, the time, what the weather was like. I also made a note that it rained the night before, and I kind of drew the pattern of the shells from the snails. So take a moment to look at your notes and add a few more ideas that you might have missed the first time. Now we're going to map the snails' locations in the room to explore one way scientists present and share their data. We're going to create a map of the snails in the room. Think about the things you normally see on maps. Most maps have something called a compass that gives directions about where things on the map are located. The directions are north, south, east, and west. These are called cardinal directions. On the walls in this room, you will see signs that tell you what direction each wall is. And on your paper, draw 4 directions like this so that they match the signs on the wall. And here's my little example. So I've got north, south, east, and west. Here is my map that you can copy. I have south, north, west, and east. And this corresponds to the letters on the wall. S for south, W for west, N for north, and E for east. And what I'm going to do with my map is if I see a snail on the south wall, I'm going to go to my map where the south is, and I'm going to mark that pattern on my map. Now if I have a snail on my west wall, I'm going to come to my map and do the same thing. I'm going to mark the pattern of the shell on the west wall. You can also add in furniture, such as bunk beds for this room, tables and chairs, and other large furniture. Let's check out the video one more time to track where all the snails are and map them onto your paper. Now that you've had a chance to review the video, let's see if your observations were right. There should have been 8 snails with the bullseye pattern, and 8 snails with this pattern. And how many snails had the zigzag pattern? That was a trick question. There were no snails with the zigzag pattern. Once a scientist has data, what do they do with it? They look for patterns that could tell them what their data means. This is called analysis, and this is another step in the scientific method. What could scientists learn from your map? What kind of patterns would they see? That's right, they would see where the snails are, how many snails there were, how many snails of each pattern. When we do our citizen science project in our next meeting, we'll collect data and send it to the scientist we're helping. He or she will look at our data and data from many other people to see if there are any patterns. That's how you'll help scientists learn something about the world. Today, you did what scientists do. You used the scientific method. You made observations, you recorded data, and you looked for patterns in your data. By the way, did any of you notice something about our snails? Some of our sharp-eyed observers might have realized the bullseye pattern snails could be found up high, while our other snails were only to be found lower in the room. How many of you caught on to that? At your first meeting, we talked about how Girl Scouts do take action projects to help make the world a better place and will be part of this journey. Does anyone have more take action ideas to add to our list? If so, feel free to type your ideas in the comments. We'll take a look at them the next time we meet. You're going to have an assignment for our next meeting. You will need to create an account in SciStarter. Please see the link below. Have an adult help you with this process so you can send in your observations for this project. It is very important to use the link that you get to go to the Girl Scout landing page. Once you do, this is the project we're going to help scientists with at iNaturalist. Tune in next time to continue on your journey, and don't forget to bring something to write with and paper to draw on. If you have permission, please use an electronic device and download the iNaturalist app so you can submit your data conveniently. Thank you for joining our virtual troop meeting, and please don't forget to wash your hands.